Greetings, one and all, to this week's dose. It's a dose of Tenno Clock. This dose, a trace. Anyway, so episode 324. I always, Jesus fucking Christ, that is. Like, are you gonna be able to genuinely drink that all before needing to pee? And this episode, we'll never know. Right, so I am Xeno. That is a very quenched Loz, and we have our Patreon special guest, Drunk Paul.
Hello, hello.
Right. So, moving on to the first thing that we always do every week, which is emblems. So, Paul, if you scroll up in the Discord chat, you'll see the two emblems. Using whatever criteria you wish, which is the emblem that wins this week.
So I should talk about what I think here?
Yeah, sure.
I would say the fluid lease. I don't know what the name of that thing is. Yes. That was the one that at first popped out to me because it's got more colors and really grabs me. But honestly, after looking at it, it's a lot of confusing colors with a barely visible fleur-de-lis. While I really, really do like the shield with clear letters, you know what it is, so I'm going to go with the shield. It's not as flashy, but I like it a bit better.
Very clear contrast with the see it. And I do completely agree with you. The fleur-de-lis?
Fleur-de-lis.
Yeah. It like, I struggled to see it, and I'm like, yeah. But, however, if you wish to win 150 platinum, please go to the Google form in the description below and click on one of the two emblems that you're seeing now, and you have a chance of winning 150 platinum. Make sure that you get your in-game name correct and your platform of choice, because if DE can't find you, well, that's a bag of tough titties, because no one's going to get any platinum. Sad day for platinum winners everywhere. Right, that's it for...
By the way, Tony Covenant said the emblems have been...
Oh, we're losing Loz again. So I'm
It's
assuming...
the 2-liter.
Yeah, clearly the 2 liters have devoured the entirety of Loz's internet. Oh my god. Tony Coven says...
The emblems have been the same for like 3 episodes in the Plat giveaway, just saying.
Oh, god damn it. Yes, I will deal with it. I'll make it happen, or I'll delegate. Delegation. I'll make sure it happens. I'll probably put like someone, like, say, make sure that I do it. Right. What else is... Yeah, so go into the description, go to the Google form, put in your stuff, have a chance of winning 150 platinum. Right, moving on. What are you doing?
Yeah. Loud. Turning my thingy for my phone off.
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. Not playing any, God, that mug.
Not drawing attention to the 2-liter mug.
So moving on to the dojo dusting. Right, so... We currently have Drunk Paul with us, who is the Patreon guest.
Are you currently drunk?
I am drinking.
Yes.
Not as drunk as your internet connection, though, Loz. So, it's come to my attention that there's a little bit of confusion between Patreon guests appearing on the show, along with timings and stuff. So, if you are interested in becoming a Patreon guest, simply go into the description below and you'll see a link to the Patreon. Wow, Drew's plugging everything. And there you will have the opportunity to submit and have a chance of getting on the show. Everyone has an equal chance. Anyone that's already been on the show will have a decreased chance of being on the show. Everyone that is entitled to be on the show should be on the show at least once before blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to be improving the method of communication. So if there are any complications or anything in when you can do it and stuff, we can get ahead of the game rather than discovering half an hour after we should have started recording. But that's my fault. That's my ownership. I'm doing something about it. Right. That's Dojo Dusting. We're also going to be at TennoCon 2020. You know, we're getting the announcements out there well and early. We don't even know when it is, but we'll be there. Is there anything else to announce? Oh, yeah.
No.
So during the Arbiters, the painful fucking Arbiters, he was in this one. Fucking Paul was in this one and wanted to murder him.
What about Drunken Paul?
Same person, Loz.
You said fucking Paul.
What you call it?
There
It
are
was
many
a
aspects
Wednesday.
to my life.
Yeah, there were. Yes, it was a Wednesday. It's a different name, right? But the please don't tell me he's frozen again. Oh God, is
I
it?
think I'm back.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, right. But there
are many Pauls.
There are many Pauls. There are many aspects of Paul. It's all about Paul. But Michelle said that if we had an agreement that if my channel, the main channel, hit 20k subs by the end of March, we would do the 24 hours on Railjack.
Get him there, people. I want to see him suffer.
Well, it's not going to happen. Don't worry about it.
But I still want to. But I want to do Railjack.
No, we'll still do it probably, but the 20k subs is not going to happen.
No, we can't do it till you hit 20k subs.
Oh, there you go then. We can't do it until we hit 20k subs. So make sure that you get all your alt YouTube accounts. How many? Do you have any alt
It's the law
YouTube?
now.
Yeah, do you have any alt YouTube accounts?
Like 4.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Do you have any, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, everyone has alt YouTube accounts, so get a subscribing. It's the law now. Has been lawed. What else is there? I think that's it for Dojo Dusting. So let's move on to the cards. Moving on to the cards. Da-la-la-la. Right.
Did anyone else think of
What?
That first one looks interesting.
It does, but I have to point out that I immediately had the Friends on the Other Side song in my head, because in the middle of it he goes, the cards, the cards will show. We'll see. Or whatever they had. Tell. That was the word.
Right, okay. So the first graph is which intrinsics are you focused on? I hope he's faking that. Bastard. Right. 56 people responded. 5% said piloting. 5% said tactical. 7% said gunnery. 21% said engineering. And 60% said a bit of everything. So I'm
shocked.
Yeah, I would have thought that a bit of everything would have been a lot further down.
No, I thought a bit of everything would have been higher. But I'm shocked
I'm surprised that it's 60%.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry,
maybe
it's bad wording.
Well, no, I suppose you're right. No, I'm shocked at that because I thought that would be lower. But I would have thought 1 of 3 of gunnery, tactical, piloting would have been the breakout of them. Those are pretty much the same. There's a few pilots, a few tactical, and a few gunner. And that there's a good bulk of people that are like, I want to be an engineer. I'm like, why?
Yeah, engineering is the weakest of the lot.
Just do nothing but mash fires and stick resources in drums with the terrible interface.
Actually, this may explain the next card. So, out of interest, Paul, where are you? Where do you focus?
Of the little bit I've played so far, I am a bit of everything.
Okay.
I'm not surprised engineers in the lead, because it's enough of a difference where you don't feel like you're put off by anything. So it's the thing you want to try that's new, that's keeping the ship alive.
Right. However, Loz, where are you on this?
Piloting.
Same. Right.
I looked at it and I went, right, guns, I just shoot things. And they're bugs, they don't go above 2, so yeah.
Fuck you.
Tactical, I was like, what's that really do? I didn't really get much of it. Maybe that's more of an endgamey thing I'll get at the end. And flying the railjack, well, if I want to pilot the railjack, I want it to do well. Piloting's what it is. The engineering, I'm like, well, you just mash resources in cans and fight fires, and I can fight fires. I don't give a damn about resources.
Yeah.
Shocked. I'm so shocked by it.
Yeah.
Right, next one.
Next one. Graph 2. And this is what shocked me the most, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is the weakest user experience of Railjack? Right? 51 people responded. 7% said tactical and omni tool.
Yeah.
Right? 9% said gunnery. 11% said piloting. 13% said Arcwing. But 56% said resource management. I do genuinely find that staggering. Do we have any reasons why people have put resource management?
Because they're all doing engineering.
No, but like, what you call it, engineering, I would have thought would be, there would be some part of it would be the Omni tool, but it's not, right? Like, engineering is not just mashing resources in the back of the ship. So I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted because the 4 resources that you get in the back of the ship are not the ones that you need the most of.
Yeah.
It's things like titanium, and which again I would have argued is more piloting and Arcwing, but resource management. Interesting. Right. Maybe people saw it as outside of Arcwing as well, but I'm sorry, not Arcwing, Railjack. So it's in the dry dock, but no. Anyway, the next card was: do you care about the missing Proto, Lato, and Bronco skins? 58 people responded. 29% said yes, and 70% said no. Interesting. All I can really say to that.
Nobody really cares about them. That's fair enough.
I mean, if it was a weapon, like a completely missing weapon, that'd be one thing, but it's a skin.
Yeah.
So it's not the most impactful thing.
No, they're not the greatest skins either. So, right. And then the last card is, do you want to see Samaris return with his lore entries? 59 people responded. The highest number of people in all of the cards responded to the last card. 3% said no, 11% said no opinion, and 84% said yes. Do you get on it?
Yeah.
I'm happy with this. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I don't get why it stopped. It was a nice little thing. And world building is something the game always needs more of.
Always needs more of. I think the problem is that it's just down to capacity. Like it's the developers themselves that write the code, that make the models, that animate things, that do the lore entries and stuff. But they should be writing the code and doing the modeling and stuff like that. They're not, as far as I can tell, there are no dedicated lore writers at DE. Yeah.
I thought there was.
Was there?
I thought they interviewed for one, I swear.
They had Cam Rogers, who has done stuff, but he's not exclusively working at DE, as far as I can tell. Like, he does various different things, like, across the field. Various different, like, games or TV or whatever.
I honestly don't get why that they gave up on that, because it, unlike other content, it's probably the one example. I'm probably got over there. Yeah, I'm still going. Numbers.
Yeah.
Right. It's probably the one example where it wasn't the players that didn't engage with the content; it was DE that didn't engage with the content.
I agree, and I think it's the whole problem with the Hydroid Prime trailer, because of Jeff's comment of the trailer's ready, we're just waiting for the script lines. So write the script lines, send it off to Max, Ballas's voice Ballas's voice actor, get the lines recorded, compile the video, render it out, get it out there. But it's
I don't know. I think maybe too much into this, but what is the delay in writing a few lines? Why would that be so?
Changing lore.
Well, no. Yeah, exactly. Now, why is that? Is it because everything lore-wise has to go past Steve?
I think so. I think, I get it. Warframe is his baby. It's his conceptual,
Right, but what you could still do is then hire somebody to write a big deal of lore, and then Steve can take a day.
Hopefully. And review it, obviously. Loz is frozen.
That way they can expand stuff.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Yes, no, and then they can expand stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then, is that the reason cinematic quests take so long? Nothing to do with... Because, to be honest, I wonder for a lot of cinematic quests, because some of them don't have a lot of mechanical stuff in them that would take a lot of programming. Like the War Within. I'm like, really? I don't know. So it's like, why was it delayed so long? I still don't know to this day why the War Within was delayed so long. Was it making the tile set? Was it making the operators run around and redoing the focus system?
I
don't know.
I think there was a lot to the environmental stuff, the camera control stuff. I remember seeing like loads. Do you remember the night of release? They had pretty much every developer come into the dev stream, and they were talking about like the various different errors that they come across. I remember seeing like the eyelids and the lips imploding behind the teeth and the eyes on one of the models.
But it doesn't explain. Yeah, I remember that was one of the bugs, but it was like 7 months delayed or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. I want to say no. I don't think it was that long because it was due to come out in June. It definitely came. I want to say it came out in November because I'm pretty sure the second. Yeah, so it was like 5 months delayed, which is not great. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe. Oh well. Right. But that's it. Let's move on to.
Wait, did Paul have something to say?
Oh. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if the lore becomes a stopgate and a bottleneck after you solve a lot of your technical debt, because everyone jumps on to make sure that everything's technically working, and they kind of forget to iron out the lore and look at it and expand it and make sure everything connects to the vision. So all of a sudden you have to do all of that development after you've done the actual technical side.
Yeah, but I think because we've done this where we've written out episodes of FFS, and yes, I still haven't finished recording them, but we put like a lot of effort into explaining. So we'd have plot holes and things like, okay, we need to come up with a way of explaining how this is a problem, how to get around this issue and things. So I don't know if we've still got laws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's really hard to tell if you're there or not because kind of.
If I start moving, I've got the.
There. See. It's really hard to tell. So like, if you sat back, there we go.
Yeah. I can tell when it hits zero. As I was saying, because I'm staring at the graph, and then I know when I cut out now because it just hit zero.
Yeah.
If it's even got like a tiny bit, I know it's working. If it fully hit zero, I'm out. At least it seems to be shorter chunks today. It doesn't seem to be long. But honestly, it's definitely something about someone else being on the internet, because, give it a couple of hours and it'll be back to an amazing connection of ridiculous levels again. For a wireless as well, but it's ridiculous. There's something about the evenings where somebody is doing something.
Does it happen every evening?
Yes. Most evenings. For a few hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well.
People should downplay the amount of porn they're downloading. But moving on. All right, so Patreon questions.
No.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes. I send them to you privately.
Patreon questions? Then community questions?
Yeah.
I guess. I can't remember. Andrew Frederick. What design path do you believe... I have to keep my eye down. My eyes are going to be on the thing so I know when I cut out so I can stop. Right, okay. What design path do you believe DE will make towards improving mission diversity for Railjack? Guns blazing, copy-paste, all missions are different forms of kill everything, or more intricate raid-like missions just for Railjack? Oh, no.
No, you're there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's more intricate raid-like missions just for Railjack.
Kill everything.
That's
my money.
I'd like to think that there's just going to be additional mechanics initially, so kill lots of stuff within time limit, or not everything has to have a kill 90 things before you can finish the mission, because I think people are going to get fed up of that quite quickly. I do like the idea, though, that they will go to more raid-like mechanics in the future, but we'll have to see how the player base actually absorb it.
I would like to see stealth missions, where you've got to move your ship very slowly, very carefully from asteroids. A to B, asteroids or ships. I would also like to see. This is something that I don't think I don't know if they can do. I hope they can do, like bigger ships that come in and leave and your job is just to go near them, scan them, non-combat things. And the last thing would be getting from A to B on a map, as in you've got to navigate a asteroid field or a minefield.
Yeah.
And you get scored based on how many mines you set or something. It'd be silly to get bogged down in just the combat side of things. Like you have this game.
Oh, we lost him.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back in a minute.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Back. So you got this to be bogged down on the combat side of things.
Yeah.
It needs to be, spaceships, man. I think people need to broaden the horizon of what spaceships can do. So that's the thing. I would like to see, and then if you want to go combat, I would like to see an endless mission where we are sort of preying on a jump point hub, let's say.
Yeah.
And so patrols are coming in and out, and you have like a galleon appears, and you've got. I want the galleons to move. I'm sorry. Oh, bigger ships to move. Something to move. Come on. There's something bigger than a cruise ship. Maybe smaller than a galleon, but bigger than a cruise ship. We need things coming in, and your job is to do certain things. This 5 minutes, you've got to go in and blow up this ship. Next 5 minutes, you've got to go in and scan all of the cargo, or hack it, and implant a virus. And then next missions, there's 2 things you've got to do that jump in on this patrol point before they jump out again. And the next, it keeps getting, it's an endless mission. So you're just preying on this patrol point, and then the Grineer keep escalating the security that they're trying to reclaim that thing from you. That's what we kind of think we need. Just take the idea, the concept of spaceships, and run with it. Not just go kill things, kill more things, just kill the things. Come on. Sorry.
I think one thing I'd also like is less escalate this to invasion mission types as well, where you can actually have 2 armadas fighting each other, Corpus and Grineer, and you are on one of the sides, you're trying to tip the balance, and all you have to do, you have to get on the enemy ship using your railjack, and there's dogfighting all around you, so they'd have to do a lot of work on the game engine. But you get on that ship, and then you got to execute the captain or the chain of command, like the various different officers on the ship, and then get out of there.
I really want to see a no-win situation show up. I want a mission where this is the most heavily armed Grineer ship you're going to find. If you go into open combat, you will die. You need to kill someone on board or retrieve something on board, and you need to survive the time doing it. So, someone launches in, but that ship has to be close enough, otherwise you can't do it. But you have to be able to maneuver, and if it goes into open combat, you have to be able to survive. No, you're not going to win that fight. If you start guns blazing, you'll die.
So, Fomorians then, let's say.
Pretty much.
Like a dry docked Fomorian that will still shoot. The weapon system on this battle station is still active. And your job is not to destroy the Fomorian, but you've got to do other stuff. And you've got to survive for X amount of time and keep moving.
Sensitive data, VIPs, battle plans, jump routes, hostage locations, anything. You could do those other things while your ship has to be sneaky. You have to, maybe also have to take out scouts.
Oh, a threat meter. You, in your railjack, have to generate threat, while one Warframe has to go inside the Fomorian to steal some plans, right? And you have to keep the threat level really high. So if you let it drop too much, it gets a higher and higher chance that your operative will be found within the Fomorian, right? Whereas but the higher you make your threat, the more stuff they'll throw at you, so it becomes harder not to die. Yeah. How does that sound?
Oh, I suppose, yeah. So, it would be like the more threat you cause outside, they're rerouting power on the Fomorian to the external stuff.
Yeah.
And if you can do it in chunks, and then each chunk has a different effect. Like if the chunk's really low, there's laser grids everywhere, and the operative will detect, and there'll be auto turrets that will just one-shot you at the very lowest level of threat outside. But if the threat's high outside, everything gets depowered, or a lot of things, because that could be a cool. That sounds cool. I like it. We gonna get any of it though? No.
We never know.
Blow up more cruise ships. Blow up more fighters. Blow up more cruise ships.
We have to accept
Boarding
that this...
ram sled inbound.
We have to accept that this...
Blow up more cruise ships.
Okay, why is your internet not interrupting you right now?
Because it knows it's true.
But, like, why, you know, like, we have to acknowledge the fact that this came out earlier than it should have, right? Like, I think it's, to some extent, I think it's laughable that it came out with one mission type, but let's move on. Next question.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Trugal asks, what's your favourite breakfast food?
I don't do breakfast.
Cereal!
I tend to have a smoothie in the morning.
I thought you were about
With
to say
protein.
whiskey. Drunk.
No, I'm not that ridiculous.
That's in the smoothie. Right, anyway. Trugal asks, what was up with the pizza topping tweet from the other day?
Oh, it just felt like throwing it. So I put, there's a story. I was going to hold back on story time with Xeno. Nope, Zrugal asked for it. Right. So I put out a tweet the other day. Just a random
paid for
tweet.
this question.
Yeah. So I just put out a random tweet asking people, you know, out of the following choices, what is your favorite topping? Right? Choose one. And I put anchovies, sweet corn, and pineapple. Now, this was inspired by a conversation had by MDRLOz and some other people about sweet corn on pizza. I thought, yeah, no, sweet corn is a nice thing. We do actually have it. Oh no, it might have actually been inspired by Jacksepticeye. I was watching a Spider-Man playthrough, and again, you know, sweet corn on pizza is quite a big thing over here in the UK. So,
right.
Yeah, so I thought, let's, you know, because apparently in America they're like, it's heathenous. But thought I'd put out a poll, see what people respond to. And at one point in time, I sent it to D. Marcus. And I said, dude, can you just imagine a pizza Warframe? He replied with, Xeno, what the shit is this tweet? What the, you know, and like, you know, Marcus, just admit to your sin. Pick the topping. That's amazing. And he's like, I'll never pick one. You know, Loz will get fired out of the torpedo tube before, you know, I'll pick something. I replied to, dude, I'll delete this if you set Loz's gunnery intrinsics to 4. He's just, don't attempt me. Freaking brilliant. Absolutely amazing conversation. So yeah, that's the story about the random tweet about pizza toppings. Next question.
When you do the Facefig episode, what avatar do you think you'll use?
Probably the heavy gunner.
We both be heavy. No, I'll find something else to use.
Or maybe I'll be burger.
Burger.
I'm quite disgusting. You could envision yourself like eating me. But I probably have to like clean shave for that, and people won't see me again for a while.
I know that feeling.
Hate being shaven.
Nick Evans says, now that D are finally back to hotfixes, the biggest balance change to Railjack was to effectively was to the effective damage we deal, reducing enemy armor and increasing the base damage of most guns, with the exception being the Cryophon, which received a nerf. Which aspect of Railjack do you think will receive the next buff and nerf balance change now that the damage has been addressed?
Whatever people are exploiting the most. I think the Avara thing has been nerfed now. I'm pretty sure that's been patched. Oh, like so if you quit, you don't get your bonus intrinsics. Yeah,
I did see that. Also, they've frozen intrinsics when you hit the cap. It's very interesting. If you get to the if you unlock everything to rank 10,
yeah,
you can no longer gain bonus intrinsics. However, if you had intrinsics from that point, you still have those, but they're locked.
So if I get an additional 1,024, so before I finish off my 10, I'll keep that 1,024.
And I'm back.
I thought you were just staring intensely. So hold on, let me.
An extra 1,024.
So if I have an extra 1,024 on top of the final 512 I need to get to rank 10, does that mean I keep the 1,024 or do I lose it?
Oh, are you saying that if you let's say you rank 3 things to 10, and then 1 thing's at 9, and you have the amount, and can you go above the amount? I do not know the answer to that. It does not say.
If you do know, leave a comment in the description. Sorry, leave a comment in the description below.
That will be the thing that gets patched next, and somebody might want to poke you to check that. See, they've checked it. I hope they have.
Yeah.
And the last question from Nick Evans is, how many followers on YouTube to get frosted tips in your beard for TennoCon?
No.
What are frosted tips?
I don't know, but it sounded like it
bleached.
involved my beard. God, no! Fuck off!
Actually, it's specifically bleached and shaped to be spiky.
Why would people do that?
I mean, it was a trend in the 90s for your hair. I don't think I've ever seen frosted tips on a beard. You'd look like you're eating an anime character.
Nope. No price on that. I'm not doing it. I don't care.
How about...
No.
How many beard baubles?
No.
But you can just clip them on and clip them
No.
off. It's even easier. It's better than glitter.
No.
You literally just clip them. It's
No.
completely undamaging to your beard.
No. Why must I be the one to suffer because I'm the one that can grow a beard?
Oh my.
What?
Actually,
I just found something even better.
Oh my.
I mean, if there's a price on this, I'm down.
Copy image.
This sounds like a terrible thing. I'm excited.
I was on the Beard Bauble website.
Oh my god.
And they do beard light.
Beard lights.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No.
For that.
No. Why are you people fucking obsessed with putting shit in my beard?
I'm gonna get both of these. I'm gonna get the Beard Bauble.
I'm tempted.
But you can't
I'm
grow a
tempted
beard.
to buy this myself.
No, they're for you, man.
No! Fuck off!
Yep, we got to have something for you to do.
No, we don't!
I'm confused at this beard light thing because it had. I don't know. This must be the most uncomfortable thing to wear because it. I know everyone else can't see it. Maybe Xeno upload the pictures for this.
No,
but
Xeno won't.
Right, but like, look at that. So you can see it in the beard. It's like, oh look, it's like some lights. But you look at it.
Loz is cutting out. We'll never know. We'll have to move on to the community responses because we'll just never know what the heck he was on about.
Thumbs up for beard.
No! No.
Yes.
No! Fucking, why do you have to keep doing this to me?
Oh yes.
The fact that we can actually hear you drinking is kind of disturbing.
It's the handle brushing against the microphone, I think.
No, I could hear him gulping.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm well versed in the sounds of gulp. Are you enjoying your big chug of dumb bitch juice?
I'd call it an ugly mug, but I
mean, that is so much better. A deep
Right, what's next?
Community responses.
We've done that one about the emblems. Sergeant Loth and Drugel say that what you were referring to was the Rube Goldberg machine?
Yes. It's, you know, I was talking about the game Mousetrap, where you just have random knickknacks and things to get it to knock from one thing into the next. It's called a Rube Goldberg machine. So it's like, you know how in Rick and Morty...
no, I wondered what the initial thing, and it's like, it's that famous artist who I don't think the artist ever made these things, but he sort of imagined them.
Right.
And that's what, like ridiculous things, right? Cool.
I can't remember the context.
No. Anarchy Gaming, is it wrong that the way I would want to fix Railjack is just to call it the new Arcwing missions? Honestly, finally, we have the room to move around space, to use our abilities, feels great to kill do objectives, and the weakest point of all this is that you have to baby shit a ship made of paper.
Well, it's only because you need to upgrade the ship. I mean...
I think the reply was something along the lines of get the max level hull, and the hull gets so powerful eventually that the enemies can't damage it and things.
Yeah.
We need to be able to ram ships.
We can.
Yeah.
There's
maximum level piloting even does damage when ramming.
There's I can't remember what the name of the ability is, but you can just turn on this glowy death wall and just hit things.
Anarchy also says, to make Loz get in the torpedo tube, you need to lock a better Excalibur Prime PBR pass on rank 10 gunner for Loz alone. Now, no, that wouldn't work, because Loz doesn't want things for him. He wants to help everyone with Excalibur Prime, and if you put the helmet behind rank 4...
No. He's saying that you're the only one that can get it. You can show it off to anyone.
I don't want that. I don't want it to be just me. Okay. That was never my intention. But if you put, like...
if you put, like, pause, very long, deep, thinky pause.
The internet has the best comedic timing.
Oh, God, it does.
If that gets put in the game, I'd go above rank 4.
There you
I'd go to rank 4. If an alt helmet was in with the bloody strip on its face, I will rank myself up again. I will rank up to rank 4.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go, Drew. That's your way in. Yeah. Get me my helmet. Get me my face back.
Gotta get this to Marcus.
There's your incentive, Drew.
If Loz unlocks it, everyone gets it, but he has to go max rank.
Oh, I could send this to Skyers or Kaz.
And what?
That clip. You saying that.
Yeah, I'm fine. If you get me my face back, I will gladly climb into that torpedo tube every damn day, and even if you shoot me into a sun, I don't care. Just it'll be pretty while I do it. You get me my face back, and I'll rank that up.
Oh man, this feels like it's achievable.
There you go. That is achievable. Get me my face back, and I will fire myself into the sun. I every day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hell, sir. Another sir. Yes, sir. Can't have another sir. Yes, in torpedo tube arm, sir. Ammo arm. Yes. Yeah, there you go. There's your job.
Right. What? Next community response.
Kenneth Cunningham. I'm focusing engineering and strangely loving the building of the resources, but cutting the number of terminals down to 1 would be a godsend. Interesting.
Do you remember we were talking about that?
Did we?
Yeah, so we said instead of being 4 individual terminals, there'd be 1 central terminal that you could queue 4 things on.
Yeah, I know they've got that silly thing with the whip, like, pulling down thing, and I just think that's just style over function, and just get rid of it. I know somebody probably spent a lot of time working on it, but just... no.
Well, I don't mind doing that for, like, collecting the resources, so you have to do it to pull out the resources out of the stash, sure, but there is no reason to have it for actually building stuff. I mean, imagine going to 4 different foundries in your Lasette.
They also say, I want more things to build, like Railjack health restores, Railjack armor buffs, or turret buffs. And which is kind of, in a way, going back to the whole redirecting power system stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't get why they went away from that. Redesign it, come up with a different UI for it, yes. But the fact they just got rid of the whole system, it just gutted it to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I wasn't doing the piloting, I would have happily just sat there, just fiddling with the numbers to boost stuff, deplete stuff, so on and so forth. Like I think that they were too concerned that there would be people that wouldn't want to do it, and I can completely appreciate that. So maybe don't make it as critical as possible, and you can still do the stuff with a balanced power loadout, but just allow us to play with it. Next.
I'm back. Right. Nifty Dragon says, I do a bit of everything. Got tactical to 7, engineering is at 6, pilot is 4, and gunner is 1. I spend most of my time in Arkwing and boarding enemy ships. I'm still leveling my ship, so I've been joining in pub groups.
That does not sound like a bit of everything.
Yeah, that gunner, well, gunner can't go above 2. So clearly,
moving on.
They're doing their best. Awesome Todd. Now, for some reason, Awesome Todd is back, I think, but it sort of starts this in some sort of, I think, dead language. So I'm going to have to try and say it, but I'm, seeing as it's not a spoken language, I'm good. No, I'm going to.
I'm pretty sure I could read it.
Well, no one knows how this is said, so no, it's a dead language.
Just paste it in. Paste it in.
Yeah, I don't know what that language is. You see,
that looks fake.
Yeah.
I think someone's keyboard broke.
I think it says Xeno's right.
See, that's how you know the keyboard's broken.
Well, some might say it might be Happy New Year, everyone. And it says, like, Bonne, Annie, Taud, Monday. There you go. Some weird thing. Very strange.
Pretty sure it's Xeno's right.
Moving on. Any tout le monde.
Greatly, though, he then goes back to using a correct language. So anyway, been busy with design work and starting my own design firm, but had to come see this episode for MDRLOz and Yay Postman. Also, Xeno is always wrong. I'm really interested in tactical, but engineering and gun are interesting too. Just a helper rather than being the captain yet. Mwahahaha. I think Arkwing is the weakest link. Everyone in their amishas, and here I am ranking up my Electron and Velocitus and big old Space Fist.
I do feel, though, that since they made the changes, like the Itzel, the one I use is the Itzel, like it's so much more survivable. I don't feel you're forced to take the Amisha anymore.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that's it for the community responses.
Cool.
Topics.
So for the topics this week, we have topic 1. I have to scroll up on this thing. Think ram sleds are annoying. Corpus have flat out teleportation. Then we have topic 2, which is I hope the command intrinsic set allow you to forcibly yeet lazy crew members into cruise ships. And then topic 3, let us dock our railjacks at relays. So topic 1. Moving on. Right. Think ram sleds are annoying. Corpus have flat out teleportation. I mean, alone that does not sound like a problem, but let's move on. Was just thinking about the Corpus's equivalent of ram sleds, and just kind of realized that they really don't need them. They can just pull a Fortuna and just teleport straight into your ship. This would probably need to have a significant cooldown, as well as 1 teleportation per cruise ship near you to be limited to 1 per cooldown. Wait, did I read that wrong? This would probably need to have a significant cooldown, as well as 1 teleportation per cruise ship near you to be limited to 1 per cooldown. Punctuation is missing in that sentence. Otherwise, they get incredibly annoying since with ram sleds, you can at least shoot them out of the sky, or hell, maybe have them shoot some sort of Corpus teleportation beacon at your ship to teleport so you can have a chance of shooting that out of the sky instead. As for infested, probably sort of umbilical cord from some fleshy equivalent of a cruise ship to inject your ship with a horde. I don't think... Has anyone ever seen the anime Martian's Successor to Desico?
Can someone cut that there?
What?
Xeno says, I don't think. And then just leaves it at that. Thank you.
Right. Has anyone seen... Sorry, have either of you seen the anime series Martian's Successor to Desico?
Yes.
No.
Right. So it's an old series, I'm pretty sure late 90s. And it's about a war held between... What's it called? 2 factions, basically
Earth and Mars, isn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Earth and Jupiter. I remember Jovians.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But at one point in time, the Jovians employ teleportation technology and end up teleporting torpedoes into ships.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then just detonate them. Right? If you have the ability to teleport, why don't you just teleport a bomb onto the ship?
Teleport may be limited to something you can plant a strong enough signal on, so you don't just get lost in the void like another 10-0 incident.
I mean, that's potential, sure, but do you get what I mean? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you've got teleportation technology, why would you be so
mundane?
No, I'd say tropey. Why would you be so tropey to just, we'll only send soldiers? You could, or you could just send a nuke. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to do anything about that.
Yeah. Yeah, teleportation. Teleportation is in fact broken.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you could say, oh, you can only teleport. So they could only teleport onto your ship if your shields are down, like in Star Trek. And yeah, maybe they only teleport bombs, and that is the equivalent of fire on the ship. Right? So you have to go and defuse it. What else is there? So they can't do it too frequently. You know, I don't even think they need... I think it should only be doable if there's like a capital ship in the area. Not even cruise ships should be able to do it, because like, I don't know, maybe they're just too small or something. Or the equivalent of cruise ships.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't. I would have thought, if anything, the Corpus would just fire proxies at you, like that. Maybe get embedded in the hull and then start like trying to tear the hull apart. I really wouldn't have thought the Corpus would go for cruise ships.
I would like that, and you have to actually get out on your Arkwing to shoot them off the hull.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe they're crawling around on the hull.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how crawling around on the outside the ship would work. Might be quite jank. But fixed points on the outside the ship probably would be easier to do.
True.
Like as you say, drilling in, that kind of would be more doable.
Yeah. I'd be very interested to see it where, the first Matrix movie where the squids actually latched onto the hull of the Nebuchadnezzar and were pulling it apart, and you could see the squid sort of like getting inside the ship. I'd be down for that sort of thing as well. But I just can't envision the Corpus using the same tactics as the Grineer. I mean, like, what is this? Destiny 2? Sorry, shots fired. I apologize.
You're not wrong, but
If you want to insult something,
Well, do they have enemy factions?
yeah,
Do they? Is it even a game?
no.
I know nothing of Anthem.
Trying so hard. Why? You can get it for free,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Sorry,
I know nothing of Anthem, so I can't.
oh, that's what that's from. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Anthem classes.
I
And I
didn't
wear
make
this
that
Anthem
mistake.
hat for all of its pointlessness. Well, yeah, no mistake. Yeah, well, yeah, but you can get it for free. So
That's fair. I have one thought on infested ships, and that's the Jordas Golem, and that gives me PTSD.
I think the problem with the Jordas Golem is that it was an arena fight that it was too frustrating to try and get behind the thing all the time. And yeah, it's like, I think one thing I'd like to see with the Infested is, as described, basically maybe a bigger ship or organism or whatever can latch on to the railjack and it starts pushing out crawlers and things like that into the railjack, and you have to, as Loz has described it, you have to get the thing off the railjack. Maybe you have to fly it into the sun.
or maybe they fire homing torpedoes if you leave them in the hull for too long.
What do you mean? So No, I was describing a bigger infested organism, bigger than the rail.
Oh, sorry, infested. Sorry, that
Yes.
I didn't mess it. Oh, sorry, I thought it was still on Corpus. I
No.
did. The internet cutting
But I do like the idea of like a homing missile, because they've put like a tracking beacon on you because of Corpus. But no, I was thinking like a bigger organism that sort of like latched onto the railjack and then like pushed in like tendrils or whatever and started pumping out like crawlers and runners and so on and so forth. Yeah, Oz is in agreement. I'd also like to see Sentience having more of an outdoor presence.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just yeah. Come on, bog it the fuck up.
Yeah, well, sentient ships are going to be a thing. Corpus ships obviously are coming. I would like to see infested ships, because otherwise, it just... In fact, at the ship level, it could be even very easily. They just do Corpus and Grineer, like they do Corrupted. You just get Corpus and Grineer.
Yeah.
And you just because they wouldn't be corrupted in normal space flying ships. That doesn't make sense. But you could just do a Grineer cruise ship with giant tendrils coming out of it because that's what they would do.
Yeah.
You don't have to go for the whole full infested ship new design. Maybe they could put a few in, which would be really cool. But it could also just borrow the Corpus and Grineer ships. Job done. Be interesting.
Well, they could definitely do it for the Corpus because the Eris tile set, that's just like Corpus ships that have been...
Yeah, exactly.
So
there is lore for it of where they'd be coming from,
Yeah.
It should be so cool. We'll see.
Oh, I did see a comment on one of the arbiters saying that a Railjack event could be that there's... Plague Star is described that it's spores coming from an infested station up in orbit. So it could be that you actually have to fight this station in orbit with your Railjack, and it pushes the Plague Star stuff at Earth.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Right. Should we move on to the replies?
Sure.
See if Loz is...
I think the general rules of teleportation would be applied here, as in no teleporting onto moving things, else you be half splatted through a wall or something equally unsanitary.
That's not...
Everything is pretty much moving in space, even relative to each other. That's such a weird... You can't really...
You got a really good memory. Do you remember the name of the device that was referenced in Next Gen?
Heisenberg compensator.
There you go. See, he knows everything when it comes. It's just like, so basically the whole point of the Heisenberg compensator is the fact that atoms and molecules and everything, they're all moving constantly. So even though you could be stood perfectly still, your body is really not still at all. So yeah, you have to have this Heisenberg compensator to
That's a perfect name. I forgot about that.
It's just a subtle nod to the fact that we recognize that people have said that this is a huge problem when it comes to teleportation.
And my understanding of the Heisenberg, why the Heisenberg compensator is because the more you fix in space the location of a particle, let's say, the less you know about its direction and speed.
The
and vice
Heisenberg
versa.
uncertainty principle specifically states that
there we
the position and velocity of an electron cannot simultaneously be measured. If you know its position, you do not know its velocity. If you know its velocity, you do not know its position.
There you go. Yeah.
Why do I remember this?
Yeah, why do you remember this?
I don't know.
But there you go. My dumb understanding was you couldn't be stationary.
Yeah, well, there is no such thing as stationary.
Yeah, exactly.
I think even if you had a wad of particles at absolute zero, it's like they're still moving in relative to other dimensions and everything. It's just blah.
I wonder if there are any subatomic particles that are still moving within the atom at absolute zero that we can't currently measure.
Of course there are. Everything goes mad. Quantum physics, man.
Yeah.
Quantum physics doesn't... They can have no energy, but due to quantum entanglement, they can be moving due to the fact that a related particle in another space is moving.
And they're all made of strings anyway, because string theory.
This is beyond my knowledge.
I could talk about this all day if I had to.
Oh, thank God you don't.
And it's back.
Right. Next comment.
Yep. Exactly how we get from Corpus to Grineer vessels in faction missions. Teleport. Yep, fair point.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's in one of the... It's one of the attack missions.
Is it?
Yeah. You sort of run through a sort of Stargate and it goes... and then you're on the Grineer ship.
I don't remember this.
Like the Grineer one... You're on a Grineer ship and you're running through, and either you do a boarding torpedo action, or you get to this bit that looks like sort of like an
asteroid thing in the middle.
No, yeah, there's that one. There's also one where there's sort of like the planes attached to airports to connect the plane to the junction thing. They have one of those that's like bored into a Corpus ship. They have that.
Yeah.
But for Corpus to Grineer, you use like teleporters on one of them. I can't remember all of them.
I don't remember the teleport.
It's like in a cargo hold. Actually, no. I think it's used in the Infested mission.
That was the hunt for Alad V, and it's never come
exactly.
back.
It is. It is used on infestation missions.
I've never seen it.
Well, you have to find a Corpus infestation mission.
I will look, my good sir, but I remember it being in the hunt for Alad V, but I never remember it coming back.
I've seen it back.
If you guys have seen it, please let us know. But I do not remember seeing. It's the fact that, do you remember the line that Order said? Oh, I'll keep the orbiter safe in the void, and then Drew turned around and was like, oh yeah, no, we subtly removed that and no one's noticed. And then we were like,
right.
Oh yeah. I was like, I don't remember this. Right.
No, I do remember that one. It could be. I don't know why they removed it though. What was the reason for removing it?
Because they took the orbiter out of the void.
We've never seen the orbiter.
No. The lower down the ramp is the orbiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! I suppose if you're connected to the orbiter, but you're looking out the window into normal space, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right. Next one. Yep. It could be that we still fire projectile at you to latch onto the hull to begin scanning the ship in order to deploy the teleporter with pinpoint accuracy, so the boarding party won't pop outside the ship, in the reactor or inside the walls. That, or their ships would just try to link up with you to scan your railjack, and you would have X seconds left to break the link distance on our site before the corporate ship sends its party. Yeah, that'd be fair enough. Yeah.
That makes sense, but why send a party when you can send a bloody bomb?
I think it'd be random. Sometimes they might want to try and capture your ship. It is a railjack. Corpus would like to capture that technology and reuse it. Sell it. Worth money, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of see Nathaniel being the one that wants to get rid.
That's bank, man. That's bank. Corpus want that money.
You were waiting for it to come back, weren't you?
I can see when it's broken now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I would like it if, what's his name? Like Nathaniel was out to destroy your ship. Whereas
they want your ship.
Alad V would want to capture
Oh, okay.
it. Yeah?
I think it's random. Next, this sounds really cool, but what if the Corpus couldn't invade your ship while shields are active? I guess, but...
that's what I said. The thing is, how often are your shields up?
Yeah. The last one is, hey, you know the glowy platforms that spawn Ratel? Oh, yeah. Now picture this, but Ramses-sized, and instead of the spawning, the Warframe equivalent of a mosquito, it spawns full regular units. Now picture this, but Ramstead-sized, and instead of spawning the Warframe equivalent of a mosquito, it spawns full regular units. Oh! So again, something that bores onto the outside of your ship, but then spawns units in your ship. So it keeps spawning them until you break up.
Oh, what, the teleporter grid?
Yeah, that one.
Actually, that is a clear indication that... Forgot about those.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Next topic.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I mean... I think one card I would like to ask is, do you want to see Corpus board your ship like Grineers? Because I don't. I just want something different. I want them to fight in different ways.
Yeah, variety is good.
Yeah. It just feels like they're the same. Enemies in Grineer. In Destiny, what? How does that sound? Because in Destiny, do fight this. Do you want Corpus to board your railjack like the Grineer? I'm totally shortening that down later. Just to answer the question now, Paul, do you want to see? Oops. Do you want to see Grineer, like Corpus boarding?
Oh yes, I would love to see more dynamic gameplay, and that sounds like a perfect opportunity to be like, well, I don't need to do something right now, so I'm going to put my murder skills in place.
Fair enough. Right. Now we're on to the next. Okay. I hope the command intrinsic set allow you to forcibly yeet lazy crew members into cruise ships. I'm sick of just waiting and waiting for non-pilot crew members to actually take out cruise ships. Sometimes I'm waiting in empty space, avoiding shots from the damn things while my teammates just sit around.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're dense enough, they'll probably just go straight through.
I whenever I do public railjack missions, I just get on doing the external stuff because I find that is the thing that the least that people will just gladly pick up, taking out cruise ships and taking out the objective. Obviously, when you get the NPCs, there's going to be a method for you to do that because they're going to have to. That's you can't take cruise ships out most levels without that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel I can properly give an opinion on this because every railjack mission I've done, it's always been in a pre-made group. No. There's been a couple of times when I've done it with pubbies, but like nothing recent. And I don't feel it's fair for you to push someone else onto the cruise ship. Like maybe push yourself onto it, but not someone else.
Yeah, they're not going to let you fire people out of the torpedo without their consent.
Yeah, laws. Get on the goddamn torpedo and consent.
Maybe a better way would be allow anyone with the maximum intrinsics to put something that appears on the player's UI saying, "You should do this. You should do this. You should do this." No?
I know, I'm just trying to think, like, I mean, one of the biggest problems I have with the UI as a pilot is the fact that if the cruise ship is off the edge of the screen, you can't tell the difference between what is a cruise ship diamond and what is a regular ship diamond, because they're all diamonds. When they're in front of you, they are the weird pointed thing. But when they're off the edge of the screen, they're not.
Mm.
I'm hoping that is just a UI issue.
Mm.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So half the time, I don't even know there's a cruise ship out there, especially when I'm not the host.
Oh, I listen to the comms. Sai always complains about bloody cruise ships.
It's really interesting because last week we had that topic of, Sai's comms are way behind schedule, and I'm in complete agreement. Like there have been times when, like, no, we already killed that ram sled. No, we've already destroyed that cruise ship. No, we've already put out the fires. Shut up.
Mm.
He does struggle to keep up with everything.
Jesus. Sorry.
Bye, Mike.
Mike was attacked.
But Mike was attacked by Hungry Dog.
Ah.
Who was 30 minutes early for dinner.
What is that? I just think there needs to be better forms of communication. Maybe, like the gear wheel where you can have the emotes. Maybe there needs to be another set of communications, which is like, please someone go to the cruise ship or something like that, and it just puts it in text. So it's like in the text chat, or maybe Sai says it, or I don't know. Maybe your operator communicates to other players, but it's just like, I don't like the idea of forcing someone else in a situation that they are unprepared for. I totally get that this is a problem, mostly because of what you both have said. Not quite sure what else can be said at this point.
Well, if you don't force people or allow it to give players the ability to like strongly indicate what they want other people to do.
Yeah.
You would have to put some sort of role builder thing into what role when you sign up, as in when you click on a node or you want to play it when you're not on your ship, it says, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
Because I do know the problem here, and the problem I have seen this is like sometimes I just want to go right. Okay, over the last few missions, I'm sick of doing the cruise ships. I'm going to go do something else, and then nothing gets done. Like so most of the time you have to step up to do that, to go be the one who does the objective, does the cruise ships, because other people just seem to either A, fly around in the ship, B, sit on turrets and not do anything, or C, just run around the ship doing the engineering stuff. I'm like, guys, one of you needs to go do the cruise ships. The cruise ships are the most dangerous thing out there. Nope, they just keep flying around randomly and shooting random things and fighting fires. It's just like, okay, fine, I will do the mission.
The classic, why is no one on the objective?
Yeah.
So my proposition is a combination of you say what you're going to do for the mission and the communication, so like, the rotary wheel of insert dialogue here. I think that is the better choice. So
I got and insert dialogue here is what I got.
Right, so you've got the you choose a role. So I'm going to be the pilot, or I'm going to be the guy that goes on the cruise ships. I'm going to be an Arkwing, but at the same time, everyone has access to a rotary dialogue wheel where you can say, someone needs to get on that cruise ship, right? Can someone please put out the fires, so on and so forth. I think having the combination of both is probably the healthiest option. I certainly don't I can appreciate where people are coming from. The whole, I'll just teleport them onto the other ship or just fire them out onto the other ship. But if I was in that situation, that would make me want to quit.
Yeah.
But you're playing a public mission anyway.
No, but even so, if someone is, I'm in the middle of fixing a hole in the, the hull, and then all of a sudden, oh, look, I'm in the torpedo tube getting fired, right? Or I'm currently piloting the ship, and then all of a sudden, I'm inside the cruise ship that I was navigating around, right? I would get so angry at that. It'd just be, stop moving me around.
I'll take a million pings over control getting ripped from me.
Oof. A lot of ping.
A lot of pings. Yeah, no, I can agree on that. Yeah. You go to replies?
Yeah, let's go to replies.
I love fighting cruise ships, but I'm in a weird place where I spend every game fixing holes and taking care of any borders. Maybe using a turret in between those things if it is not claimed. Really? Because I'm forever having to do cruise ships. I'm the other way around. I want to do those things, but I have to get in cruise ships because no one will do the cruise ships. So I'm the complete opposite to this person. Fair enough. Next one. Being an experienced boarder, me, also manning guns until a cruise ship pops into play, then finding the kiddo cannon jammed with an AFK or someone that is bored because there's nothing to do. Then after I space myself and blink into the cruise ship, said waste of space has decided to finally launch to the same ship and is either canister hunting or downed and yelling at me because I won't stop to revive them. Welcome to Warframe?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to, yeah.
Are those the only replies?
Sorry, did you want the next one? I didn't hear a make.
Oh no. Sorry. My comment was yes. Do you have anything, Paul?
No, it's just
Next
people
reply.
are going to complain. You're going to get it.
There we're back. All right. This is why I made sure my Railjack itself was an absolute avatar of war that could solo even the last Veil missions with relative ease, with all the good battle avionics damage, survival mods, components, and guns. So I'd be fine if my crew decided to just not do anything, or if they left. That, and I hate playing Arkwing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You start to go through a load of missions to get to that point to be able to gear yours up to do it. But no. Next play. Well, I often see this basically the other way around. Hear the announcement of a cruise ship, leave the turret to jump into the Arkwing slingshot, and the pilot points the ship everywhere but the general direction of the cruise ship. Is that another problem then? That the people in the torpedo tube don't have a way to indicate to the gunner, player in tube, please, and
to the
for
pilot,
them to
yeah.
highlight a target. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one problem. We don't. So as the pilot, we don't know anyone's in the torpedo tube
Or where they want to go.
Yeah. So, like, if the... Gosh darn it, what's the name of the damn thing? If the person in the torpedo tube can just, like, point at a ship and then sort of, like, target it, so they select it, and there's a different shape around that ship, or, you know, the ship is highlighted or whatever, then, yeah, we can point the railjack in that direction so that they can fire. But, you know, it's one of, like, I've had it so many times where people, they get in the tube and like, God damn it, Drew, why didn't you point at the cruise ship? I didn't know you were in the damn thing. You know? So yeah, I think this, more than anything, highlights the need to know what other people are doing, and having on the UI, you always see your teammates on the UI at any point in time, including piloting, and you can see like an icon next to their name, which is like, you know, they're on Arcwing, they've got the Omni tool equipped, they're in the gunnery positions, they're in the piloting position, they're on a cruise ship. Just any symbol that people can learn. Yeah, it sucks, it's going to have to be a learning thing, but there's nothing around that. Just having the information at hand of what other people are doing allows you to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And these are all UI things that just to communicate between the players without having them to be on voice communications, which is just too much a crutch to rely on.
Yeah.
The last reply is more like leading your converted lich to cruise ships and hoping it'll destroy the reactor. DE already said command tree is more for NPC crew members.
Yeah.
Though yeeting a lich does sound entertaining. Like, hey, here's this thing that can kill a Warframe. Let's throw it at the grenadier.
Yeah. Cool. Right. I'm going to ask a card, which is, how would you fix topic 2? And then it has, like, force them onto a cruise ship, rotary wheel dialogue, find my role, and UI what you're doing.
Cool.
I was trying to come up with that while we were discussing. Yep, I think there's a problem. I don't think there is an easy fix, but I certainly prefer an alternative to just forcing people to do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. We just jump straight into topic 3 then?
Yeah.
Cool, topic 3. Right. Let us dock our railjacks at relays. Let us build a foundry in our railjacks and launch any mission from it, while still using the orbiter to get to surface missions. Done right, railjack is the perfect way to bring a lot more immersion into the game. If we move on from the orbiter being the game's menu, it will be huge for the game, in my opinion. I'm trying to understand what they're saying. Let us build a foundry in our railjacks and launch any mission from it. While still... So, this just basically says, replace our Lisette with the railjack.
I've got one place that might be fun, and the idea, if you have a squad of 4, have the option of just, alright, visually we're all in the railjack. Like, that might be fun, but I can't see a reason to have your railjack replace the Lisette.
I am understanding this correctly. That is what the topic is saying, yes?
As far as I can tell.
What do you think they're saying?
I think they're saying, let us replace the Lisette with our railjack. Let us build a foundry in our railjacks and launch any mission from it, while still using the orbiter to get to surface missions. So I'm assuming that's basically, oh look, we still appear on our Lisette to when we're doing the landing and stuff like that. Done right, railjack is the perfect way to bring a lot more immersion into the game. If we move on from the orbiter being the game's menu, it will be huge for the game, in my opinion.
Just don't agree. Like it's not going to be. You're going to be sitting there with 4 people, and that's instead of looking at their ships.
You're just looking inside your orbiter. So your
yeah,
your Lisette. Like, I kind of get where they're coming from in terms of, hey, let's have the immersion and everything, but... And Steve has said that he wants to have this sort of thing, but I would like it if you're in a team of 4, when you go to the back of your orbiter and you go up into your railjack, you actually go back in, so you go up into the host railjack. So all 4 of you can be in this space already. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Makes it easy to get in that, yeah. The sad thing is, they're never going to get rid of the orbiter, because I think this is what the orbiter was always meant to kind of reach, this kind of level of gameplay or whatever. I know it's not got guns or anything, or the Lisette was supposed to do something else, like Lisette have a thingy mode, but they put all the customization into Lisette because that was an easier thing to do. And now the Lisettes, everyone's got all the Lisettes, they're never going to get rid of them. So now we've really got the spaceship we were supposed to always have, being the railjack, and the spaceship which we've had for the past, which they can't really get rid of now without causing uproar, because it's got all these extra bits in the set and the orbiter. They can't, and we're just going to have to live with both. I do feel that this may limit the railjack being a complete thing you always just go around in, because that's what it's supposed to be. It should just be that, but it's not, because you have to go back. I think you're right. It's getting into the ship so it feels more seamless is a better thing. So that if you're in a team, you go onto the host railjack, or through some methods. That way you can at least feel like you can just go in and out of the railjack, because it does feel that railjack missions. I pug them. I pug a lot of missions, and it's fun. You're going from mission to mission. It feels like, yeah, the ship can do anything, and then it's like, right, that's over, and you just go back to the dojo, and it just feels like an anticlimactic come down. That's like, oh, and then you have to go find another ship and get on it, and it's really that's the bit where the immersion breaks. I don't think you should put a foundry on there, though. I think that we don't want to lose the value of the Lisette. Otherwise, what's the point of it? I also don't want the railjack to be covered to let people build things on the railjack. It's a combat space, and it feels like a combat space. You fight enemies there. You don't
live there. Oh, apparently me saying that has caused Loz's internet to completely crap out.
Oh, did I crap out at the end there?
Yeah, I said, I just basically followed it up with, it is your combat ship. You don't live there. Yeah,
you don't make a statue out of Orikino Tons was my last point on a combat ship.
Yeah.
I think what DE could do is make it so that when you click on a mission in your Lisette, you don't go into that loading screen, or you lose access to the back of your Lisette. So you lose access to the orbiter.
Yeah.
So it closes up, and then you have like the flying animations or whatever, where maybe you're just flying through the void to get to your mission. Then the Lisette sort of like flies down, and you choose to jump out of your Lisette. Right? I think that would go a huge way. But then there's the difficulty of what about inside of corpus ships and things like that, the galleons, the asteroids, so on and so forth. It makes it harder. So, maybe you have to be shot inside, but I think realistically that to get the seamless loading, that has to be addressed before the existence between Railjack and Lisette. That makes sense?
I think no, I don't quite get. I don't think you understand what they want. They don't care about any loading screen between the set and things. They want it so that we can go on the railjack, and it's like, let's go do a spy mission on Venus, and then we see the railjack loading screen, and then it does a special animation for our railjack flying down and off. And when we finish the mission, we go back to our railjack.
No, I understood that. I'm in agreement with you that we shouldn't do that. What I'm proposing.
No, I never said we shouldn't do that.
I thought you said that we shouldn't
No, I said we can't get rid of the set,
Yeah.
but I didn't say that we shouldn't. I didn't never said we shouldn't.
Okay. My
Yeah, you
my
have to accept the set is always going to be there. They can't get rid of it at this point. It's just ingrained into the game. But I can appreciate that because I said the problem was when a mission ends, it's like we all get off the bus, and that's it. And this is real. Like that's it. The adventure is over. That what they want to do is that you can just go back to the thing. I also feel the navigation, and I think you should be able to do that. I think you should be able to be in a Railjack team, and the Railjack team is going to go do everything. And you don't have to go back to the set. However, if you want to build anything, you do have to go back to the set. And then that's when, as you've said, I think that there should be an option on the Railjack and in your set that you can just teleport from your Railjack to your set between missions.
That's already there.
And that's the thing. No, but no. But I can. Let's say I'm in a team of 4 people who have finished a mission on the Railjack.
Yeah.
And it's just
best time to freeze. Awesome.
And go back.
Sorry, no, you froze. I
froze. Sorry, I'm in the Railjack after a mission with my team.
Yeah.
And with idling in space, and then I can go back to a teleport hub thing, and I get back on my set. Yet I'm still in the group. Go to my foundry, and then when I want to go back to the team, I go back to the hub, and I teleport to everyone else who's still back in that same Railjack, and I don't break squad.
But you don't break squad when you leave a mission as it is. You know, people just quit the squad.
Yeah, you idle on the ship. Yeah, you can idle on the ship, and then it can go back to the dojo. I think you could probably relaunch from the dojo in the same squad if everyone wanted. But
on Railjack, yeah, but I'm saying like in a regular mission, you know, you go back to your Lissets, your individual Lissets, but you're still in the squad.
Yes, exactly. But instead, it should just dump you back into a Railjack. It's just one more step. The Railjack needs to have that complete narrative where we could just be like, we are going on an adventure, and it's just seamlessly forever coming back for the Railjack, but you can't separate it from the set. So you need to have it that when it's idling between missions in space, let's say, you can go, as you said, you're back in the set and you're still squad, and then go back to the Railjack. I don't think putting a foundry in the Railjack is the right way to fix it.
But I think what you're proposing is one step away from putting a foundry in the Railjack.
I know, but it's a significant difference. It still keeps the importance of the set. It just allows you to access the set easier.
You think it's easier?
Yes, because I don't have to break group. If I'm on a Railjack and we finished a mission and we're idling, and I go, I want to build some ciphers, I have to leave the group to get back to my Lisette to go build some ciphers, then rejoin the group, and then get back on the Railjack.
So how would you get onto the Lisette from the dojo?
The same teleport pad. No. If in the dojo, that means the Railjack is docked in the dojo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just use the teleport pad. The same thing that's the back of the set, but there's one on the Railjack as well.
No, but when you get off, so when you use one of those exit things, it would take you out of the Railjack into the dry dock.
Yeah, in the dry dock. But then, okay, I would say you can't get to the set from there, but you have to get back on the ship, go out into free space, and then the teleport pad at the back of the Railjack is active to let you use your set, I would say. I don't like the whole having to break group to go use the foundry.
But you can't use the teleport thing at the back of your set because you've broken the group. Because so you go from the dry. Sorry, oh god, this is really convoluted. I'm trying my hardest to explain it. You've done a mission.
Oh, it's back.
You've done a mission. You go to the dry dock because the host decides, hey, I want to upgrade the research of my Railjack. Okay, I need to go build some think on my Lisette. I'm going to need to build some ciphers, right? I need to build some energy pads, pizzas, right? So I have to break group to go back to my Lisette, right?
Yeah.
But then you cannot get back onto the Railjack because you're not part of the group.
Yes, you could.
How?
They invite you to the dojo.
Yeah.
You're then in the dojo, and you walk down the side, and you can get on the Railjack.
Right, but I've had to break group.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to break group.
So how would you fix it?
So, for the dojo bit,
yeah,
right, you can't go from the dojo to the set.
So you have to break group.
No. The way I would have it is, I want to go do some ship stuff. Okay, ship gets parked in dojo. Everyone sits on Railjack. Pilot gets off, does what upgrades he does. Goes, okay, I'm done. Gets back on Railjack. Railjack then goes to the free area. It's like, okay, guys, now go do your foundry stuff. And then they go from the free area to the foundry, to the set and back. So yeah, you've got the set. Sorry, Railjack, and then you can go to the dojo. And you can do dojo stuff. Then you have to go back to the Railjack area, and in safe Railjack area non-combat, you can send people to the set, and then they have to go back to the Railjack. But when the Railjack is parked in the dojo, you don't have access to the set. You have to wait till it comes out of the dojo, and then you get the set access again.
I think that's the biggest problem, though. I think the fact that people go to the dojo by near default.
Yeah. But that's because that's how it is at the moment, because you're always upgrading your ship, and so you just go there. But then normally I find that people just, that's it. When you go back to the dojo, the story's over. Just that's it. Quick group.
Everyone just aborts and leaves the... So I think there needs to be something else. Maybe it's a case of, okay, fine, you get off the Railjack, but next door or some part of the dry dock also has access to the set. You know how you have the relays, and as you park up in a relay, you park up effectively at a pad, right? There are pads at the bottom of the dry dock that aren't used for anything. So you could have your...
The reason I suggested this is because I'm not sure how... not from a... I understand what you're saying, and it could easily do it that way. That's a thematic way inside of it. My worry is mechanically how it works down the back end, and I think when you're in the dojo, it's a weird way of it doing it. It can't let you access... Oh,
no, you're still there.
Okay, it can't let you access the set. What?
Oh, then he's gone. So what Loz is saying, being unable to access the set. No, I get where Loz is coming from. Where you're coming from, Loz. The difficulty. Well, they just have to redo it, because as this topic describes, the Lisette is a glorified menu screen. Yeah, completely agree, right? But what are you doing?
I can fit my wrist through there.
Yeah, evidently. Right?
Fully utilizing the capabilities of his mug.
Clearly, capabilities. So, yeah, I think that no matter what, the Lisette stuff has to be better integrated into the game engine, because it is just a glorified main menu, and for this seamless integration, it needs to be more. So, right, should we? I
have one thing to say about this.
Oh yes, please do.
The amount of time it took you two to clarify to each other tells me how much programming it would take and decision making it would take. So it's probably never going to happen. Sad.
Yeah,
but I do like the idea of using Railjacks as temporary relays for a squad.
But that's what they're always supposed to be. Steve was like, I remember talking to him, and he said it's supposed to redesign. Oh,
no, yeah, it's still there.
Oh, okay. Redesign the whole game around this. You can still do all the other things outside it, but this is the glue. That's how he described it. The glue between the rest of the game. All the other things we got so far are all isolated components of the game, and this was going to glue everything together. So you could just stay in this and just go bounce between everything else in the game. That's what he wanted to do. Can he achieve that? Let's see the question. Right, should we go to replies?
Yes.
Let the Railjack be how we integrate a measure of showing off stuff to the social hub.
Oh.
That's the show shop. What? Okay.
Make it your living space.
No. See, what people forget is that the landing craft and the part of the orbiter you use in game is actually a tiny component of a much larger ship, which is referred to as the orbiter. Yep.
So were they just saying the orbiter is the thing down the ramp?
The orbiter is a very big ship, is what they're implying. It is already a huge ship. Next reply is, can we not? A lot of us hate Railjack. Thank you for being constructive. Wow. Much appreciation. Much comment. Great. Good. Yes. Very helpful.
Constructive criticism.
Much constructive progress. I hate Railjack. Good. Okay. Don't play it. Don't play it. You don't
actually
have to.
actually have a scan through the rest of the replies. Actually, can double actually go on the Reddit, right? Let's see how much that got upvoted.
Oh, is this a
what?
Oh, this is a Reddit thread. Oh, okay, hang on.
Yeah. Oh wow, there's a lot of comments.
I mean, obviously, you can't get rid of anything that you can't make anything require the real. You can't replace any of Lisette's functionality fully with Railjack.
It has not been upvoted. It was on 1. I may download it now. However, I will say the 2 replies to it, which I'm going to read. One is Tobiah. Hi, Tobiah. Tobiah replies with, "Sorry to tell you, bud, but DE doesn't really get rid of whole systems apart from something overly buggy and hard to maintain due to dislike." He got at least 2 people that voted Tobiah on that, and then somebody replied to Tobiah saying they just forgot about it and let it rot for years while they move on to the next shiny thing. That also got 2 upvotes. So, yeah.
It's like they didn't forget about it. People didn't care about it. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Apathy is killer.
Go on. So the most upvoted thing is, I'm hoping for this. Ditch the Orbiter, dock the Lisette stealth craft to the underside of the Railjack.
So I'm thinking the card should be, do you want to use the Railjack as a living space? I think both you and I are distinctly no on this.
Yeah, no.
Paul?
Sorry, my dog was tearing something apart, so I wasn't listening.
Do you think... Sorry, I'm asking the card for this topic. Do you want to use the Railjack as a living space?
See, to me, Railjack is like a helicopter. You don't live in a helicopter.
Mighty big helicopter. I think the argument is that, people see the Railjack like the Millennium Falcon. And Han Solo did live. Did he live in the Millennium Falcon? Was there space for him to live? Were there any quarters?
There was sitting space. There's medical facilities. I'll go look at it. Let's have a look at it. Yeah,
there were definitely beds, but it was the way. I remember there was like occasionally like something like that, but it always felt the vibe of living in your car.
Yeah.
Or like you're living out of a van, which is fairly appropriate because Han Solo was basically the local weed man.
But no, he smuggled Starship fuel.
Spice.
God, so much better for spice.
I like the idea of being crazy cosmetic with the internal of your Railjack and turning it to like a squad hub when you're running a game, so you can tell who's the host for starters. It's like, oh, this is my Railjack. So I'm the host. Well, also allow, or I guess that would suck if you didn't have a Railjack and you were the host. But I like the idea of using a Railjack as a temporary hub for a squad while you go mission to mission. That's fine to me, but you also want to be able to access your Lisette. So if you have a plan of action, you could be like, hey, we're going to queue up this, and when you can break off or walk into your Lisette because it's in the relay portion and do stuff, but we're going to be in here and we can launch from whatever. I don't mind that, but don't replace. I like the Lisette as your small personal quarters.
Right. So there is crew quarters.
Yeah, there is sorry, did you not hear me? Must cut out. There is a crew quarters section in the Millennium Falcon. It seems to have like 2 beds. And the thing here says it was reconfigured to include a galley as a wedding gift for Leia Organa. I assume this is a Force Awakens thing of it, and then Rey and Finn. Yeah.
But how many holds does it need?
Holds?
Yeah, like space for storing cargo and shit. It's like 20, even though there are only like 16 rooms. It's got like 20.
It was always supposed to have like lots of hidden smuggling points, wasn't it?
Suppose.
Makes sense.
I love how the engines are just so damn small.
This one, yeah, there is a crew quarters room with 2 beds in it.
I see one with 3, but ignoring that, it doesn't matter.
That might be the old one. So I think one of the beds gets converted into a galley. If are you looking at a Force Awakens one or an original trilogy one?
I have no idea, man.
Can you show me?
Googled it.
Well, I found several. So
hold on, let me. On Pinterest.
Yeah.
Copy. Paste. Send.
Oh. Got Pinterest, yes. In Tumblr, go away. Oh, what?
Do we just link you the image?
Yeah, for some reason it seems to be. Oh, hang on. If I click that, can I zoom?
Web powers. Woo! There you go. There you go.
Cargo transfer hatches. Wait, where's all these freight?
So 7 main hold, 9 forward hold, 10 freight loading room, 11 number 2 holding. Yeah. So there's 4.
Right. That
holds.
I don't know what that one is. That one is a load of rubbish.
It's all a load of rubbish, Loz. It's all fiction. Ignoring that. The whole point is that none of us think that the railjack should be used as the living space.
Yeah.
I think we all agree on this. And yeah, so let's see what our audience thinks. I think they'll be in agreement. I do like the idea of the seamless loading, but at what cost? Right. Are we done on the replies, or are we still partway through them?
Still partway through them.
Go for it.
Got to there. I agree. Imagine being able to land your railjack on specific parts of the plane's Fortuna, and then when you're done with your mission, being able to hop back on and shooting back into Planet's atmosphere, or starting an exterminate / other game modes by fighting through a bunch of fighters' cruise ships before launching yourself through the hull, boarding whatever is carrying the objective. Sure, you'd still be able to do the normal missions to be able to do it the normal way, but this way you'd also be able to collect some railjack rewards on the way through.
I don't like the idea of having a pre-mission thing.
Unless I don't like the idea of having a pre-mission to do missions which are already in the game, but if there was a pre-mission for a new type of mission, that would be fine.
Yeah, or continuing post the existing mission, but
Trials used to work, where they give you an end screen and then you're on to the next mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't reuse that kind of thing. Next reply is, I want to be able to bring the railjack down onto the planes or the Valis and turn its guns onto enemies on both open world zones. I don't think they'd ever let you do that. It'd just be a cutscene to go between.
No, it would be fun.
It would be
It would be fun, but I think it's more of a flying brick, and you could say that when it's in the atmosphere like that, it's just too vulnerable, and you could only fly around within the space that is available above the planes and the Valis, because the walls.
Also, staying aloft in atmosphere is much harder than navigating
in space. But actually, there was one thing, being a Star Trek nerd, I always found it shocking that Voyager could land.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how does the saucer section just not snap off? Leverage, all that. So yeah, keep going.
There's probably, I bet you there is some clever person who's could explain that.
Yeah, that's what I expected as an explanation.
Yep. Cutting out entirely.
Oh, no. Other way back. So you saw the stubby little legs it used to land, right?
Yeah.
I bet you there's somebody who can explain, but what it does is the saucer section is actually constantly flying. It's sort of repulsing off. It never actually permanently lands and turns everything off, I guess, it'd be something like that.
Pretty sure they had to land it because they ran out of fuel.
Maybe once, I can't remember.
Yeah, there was two major landing incidents. There was one with the demon planet, and then there was another one where I'm pretty sure they ran out of fuel.
The next two are there's two left. Turn all mission in ships into railjack. It will diversify missions further and bring the whole thing together, like Steve proclaimed. Oh, I suppose so. Like that, certain planets in the solar system, once you have a railjack, they are just railjack missions, I guess. But the things with the railjack asteroids is they're never the galleons. You never really. They are nice, but you don't get the full size of a normal mission because the normal missions were never designed to look from. Nah, I suppose they could still work, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Last reply is, maybe in the new war, our orbiter would be destroyed, prompting the railjack to be our new home.
No.
Never going to happen because people like noggles too much.
Yep.
And I don't want to I don't want to fight in a area which is just everyone's noggles.
I don't want to fight in an area where it's got fecking Roombas.
Yep.
I mean, if I can't destroy them, yeah, I'm on that. But if I can go, if you're gonna let me go into someone's railjack and start controlling where the Roombas are and then start messing with the noggles, which they never would do, I'd mess up someone's ship. It'd be a friend's, and I would put all their noggles, in the creepiest positions
on the windshield.
Yep.
Sorry, what's that pilot you wanted to see? Oh, wow. I mean,
there's too many Roombas taking over the controls.
I mean, I spoke to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's all about using the Force and shit, so I thought it was about time you fucking stepped up. Right. Okay, we're done with topics. Let us move on to the memes. Are you ready for the memes, Loz?
I am. Oh,
good.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Well, I will have to also... Oh, no, did I just delete them? I will have to... I was like, look, I can paste the links, and then I've deleted them. Yep, I'll have to... I've closed all my windows for some reason. Right. So...
Are we starting?
Meme frame review.
Cool.
Go.
Oh, no. Meme frames have broken him. Meme frames have broken... Oh. Is he back? Is he back? Is he back?
I'm back. Yep.
He's back. Okay. Ready?
I'm back. Yep. So the first one... Again. I'm not. I said I don't think PewDiePie even does that anymore, so you're gonna... No more.
Don't care what PewDiePie does or does not do. It's for my entertainment.
Meme frame review.
That was pathetic.
I click now. Right, moving on.
You have to at least click in the mic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was clicking at the camera.
Yeah.
Wow. How's that going to help? Yeah, look, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Meme frame review.
That sounds pathetic. Moving on. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yes, this is what you'll do in the future.
We shall click now. This is two hands is the trick. Right, here we go. So first one, Nidus be like. Hildren gives Nidus shields. Nidus, get this beta shit off me.
See, I really want giving Nidus shields to give him a 1 second rad proc now.
What?
Every time I put shields on a Nidus, I want him to be rad proc because of this. Immediately enraged.
How would that? I don't understand.
I want Nidus to attempt to assault me for putting shields on him because that'd be funny.
I now understand. I thought that's where you were going, but yeah, okay, cool. That makes sense.
So, next meme. There you go, happy?
Yep.
Right, so best to stay and teach them the ropes, rather than just aborting. When you start a Railjack mission, and the only player that joins is a Mastery 3 Volt. This is a suicide mission! Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise, every mission with me is a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Behold, Desu Cube Prime. We were kinda wasted on our Discord. I'm a pro plus of Death Cube, but I had to just include this. So there you go. Look how cute Death Cubes be. Everyone should play Death Cube so they can get buffed again. Right, moving on.
Which surely if everyone played Death Cube, it would get
You're
nerfed.
right, but nobody would nerf. Yes, nobody would play Death Cube. It's too cute. Leave it alone. It doesn't deserve to be near your fighting area. You'll only let it die. Look at the eyes. You don't want that poor thing to die. Stop using Death Cube. Right, moving on to
use drones instead. Use domestic drones. Right.
Moving on to number 4.
What?
This got removed from our Warframe, so I got a poster here. So I assume there's hashtag gradient, which where you put in your face and it makes you look like it can. I assume that's what this is. I haven't looked it up. I assume it merges your face to say what you look like, and somebody's put in
Vayhack, and it's clearly turned into Will Smith, which is just like, what the fuck?
So Will Smith will live forever until he can become Vayhack, basically.
Yeah. I love how this entire face thing is also wonderful because it just matches you with the celebrity that has the current facial expression you're giving. Pretty much always.
Wow. Just do one which is Mr. Bean. Right. Number 5.
Number 5. Me starting to build a railjack.
What?
It's an uphill climb.
Is this a place?
Yes.
I assume so. That's a lot of fucking steps. Supposedly about 7,000 of them, but always lose track before I got to the frost troll. What? You have to go through the snow troll if you want to get to the boy's salt. What is this?
I understand both of those.
Really? Okay.
7,000 steps from Skyrim, and the reply is from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nice.
But
I'm fairly certain that is not an actual set of used steps, but instead a carved structure to be.
But the chains.
I'm not saying it wasn't made. I'm saying someone did that to to make a display of this is what it's like. To improve yourself or something.
Do we know where that is?
There's nothing in the replies about what it is. If anyone knows what this is,
yeah, don't get me wrong. I can totally get where you're coming from, Paul. But I don't know. It just I can see those being usable.
Hang on. Google
the most
actually, yeah, Tin Eye it would do, wouldn't it?
Huh?
Tin Eye it.
Tin Eye?
Tin Eye is an image search algorithm thing where you give it an image and it will reverse image search.
Oh, I did not know this.
Freaking amazing.
I have learned something.
Oh, Washan?
Right, so now I've got a whole lot of websites. Let's see if I can find where it is.
So I assume it finds the image on those websites.
Yeah, so it's like hilarious pictures, vertical stairs. So basically, it's still not. Oh, I see some Chinese websites. Picture vertical stairs.
Yeah, it looks to be in China.
Yeah, somewhere in China.
Scary as hell. Right. Should we move on to the last one?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Wow, okay, so just want to point out 808 results. Searched over 39.2 billion images in 3.7 seconds. That's how you find it. Go, Tin Eye! You were nearly.
What? They're nearly something.
So I don't know why. I thought this one the best, but this seems to be a meme. The meme of the week. Last week we had the cool sort of doing the Warframe abilities into different little scenes. This week seems to be World War III starts, and then what are Warframe players doing? And there's my favorite one was this, but instead of the image, it was the video of the new intro cinematic with Vault.
Right.
And I was like, that one's better, but obviously I can't show it. We have to have a still image, and this was the best one. It's pretty cool. So World War III start. Fortnite players, start building. COD players, start no-scoping. Warframe players, it's like, Warframe players, war crime. It's just, yep. So obviously the video on where it starts playing that cutscene, which is just amazing, where you see all the abilities like Bolt Shield and electrocuting and arrows. It's like, that's Warframe. What are Fortnite players going to do? Build. And what does COD players do? Oh, 360 no scope. Well done.
Yeah.
Warframe, man. Warframe.
Fucking kill everything. Right.
Exactly.
Cool.
That's it for the memes. Community shout out time. Let me just give me a sec to get the link. There they are. Yeah. Let's go.
Right. So the first community shout out is this gorgeous Vara Prime by I don't know. Someone's name illustration. Loz, do you want to try and attempt the name? Loz like, no.
Jamie Gago.
Okay, there we go. Jamie Gago illustration. And this is a watercolor. It looks fantastic.
Jaime Migago. The other way. Yeah. Watercolor, by the way. I love
Yep.
some of those watercolors, and that is just serene.
Appropriate for the jellyfish.
Yep.
Love the way it sort of highlights the etherealness of the jellyfish aspects. Very good.
Oh, yep. Right. Number 2 is Grendel Kirby by Yazzie. Because, let's face it, it is just Warframe Kirby.
That's Kirby. It was my first thought when I saw the Hungry Shrimp in action. So here's Kirby wearing a Grendel costume.
Yep.
Very nice.
Kind of makes you want to have just Grendel in Smash.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen an all-pink Grendel.
Haven't you?
I haven't. I've seen a lot of default color. I haven't seen a lot of Grendels recently, but I also did. The holidays hit, so I wasn't at my computer. So
yeah, fair. Third one is Nova Prime by Ziffer. It's again really hard name to pronounce with
Zikfa.
With 4 consonants in a row.
Zikfa.
I think it's absolutely amazing.
That's really pretty. When do we get the anime?
You know they would.
Right. The 4th community shout out is Oberon Wendigo by Dasa Creations. This is a commission. I thought, holy crap, this is awesome.
Here, you little chibi Oberon Wendigo.
Yep.
What's the Wendigo bit mean?
It's a Tenno Gen skin.
Oh, is it Tenno Gen skin?
Yeah. So it's
cool.
more like infested, inspired, and things like that.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But of course, has the Feyark skin, as it should.
Yeah.
Right.
This is very pretty.
Yeah.
Number 5, Operator and Garuda by Rittens.
Let's get commission for TK Shadria of the Operator TK and Dudurada Garrett when all in with this piece. Ho ho ho. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's really nice.
Right. And then Loz. I found this last week and I spent absolutely ages refinding it because for some strange reason I lost the tab.
Right.
Well, I put the time and effort into finding this for
I haven't
you.
clicked it yet, but yeah, is it good?
Click it.
Right, here we go.
No, wait, that's wrong.
Click it.
Shit, I did that wrong.
Okay, clicking now.
Click it. There you go. Now the community. That's Loz has not frozen this, or he kind of has frozen, but it's not his internet that's doing the freezing, right? I saw this last week and I thought, damn, I wish I saw this just before we recorded. And then I was looking for it and I lost it. I spent so much trying to find. He is now trying to eat his 2-liter cup. That's how much.
Take eyes away from beauty.
Right. And for the episode, I have actually added. It's like got the video using my elite web hacky skills, and it is actually playing for everyone.
Off. Oh my god! Look at the smoke on those bullets.
Yeah. So this is a stunning Burston Prime pixel art by Gogi King, and it was just like, holy crap! This needs to be in an episode. So
it's so cool.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Ain't that right, Loz?
Shooting.
You know it doesn't stop, right?
Never should.
Right. So that's it for the community shout-outs.
Well, if you ever need to just turn laws off, we now have a way.
Oh yeah, I always had that. Right. Your sign out. Your quote, Loz. Good sir.
Allow me to introduce myself. Alan V, free agent investor. Now, I thought being infested would be a boon to my work. Well, you can imagine it was my undoing. Once you're mutilist, it's bloody hard to turn back.
Shit. Do you have any idea, Paul?
No, it's hitting. It.
I think we need to use some questions here.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. Modern day.
No. Fantasy 1900s-ish?
Wait, fantasy 1900s?
Alternative history 1900s. Steampunk elements, that kind of thing. You know, your alternative histories.
Right.
You know, with technology of pre-World War One that they shouldn't have pre-World War One.
So is it steampunk?
I think part of it is, but you've also got fantasy-esque elements also, with, you know, vampires and things.
Is there magic?
Basically, like a
smidgen.
Yeah. Not like shooting fireballs, but there is magic per se.
Right, so we're more subtle shit than in your face, I'm casting fireball at the darkness.
Yeah.
Magic missile, rather.
2003?
2003. Do you know if I've seen this?
Maybe, I don't know. It's one of these films which is kind of like, I think everyone has seen, but it didn't do too well. But it's kind of just like one of those films that's like, it's alright, and you kind of put it on, you're like, oh yeah, that. But you never like go out your way to watch it.
Wait, you said vampires. No, but you said 1900s. Wait,
yeah, sort of.
Wait, I think I know what this is. Paul, do you want to take a stab in the dark, or?
My brain wants to say League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
You would be right.
I'd be wrong.
I
believe I'm right.
I was thinking Van Helsing.
No.
Yeah.
Leave it, strong gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself, Rodney Skinner, gentleman thief. Now I thought invisibility would be a boon to my work. Well, you can imagine it was my undoing. Once you're invisible, it's bloody hard to turn back.
Yeah, shit. No, like, oh god, no. I did watch that, and I didn't think highly of it.
But it's not awful, is it? It's kind of just.
Yeah.
It could have been so much better, and that's why it feels so bad.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't awful. It was just bland.
Yeah.
It
had nothing really going for it. It didn't feel
like Loz's internet. It had nothing going.
Yeah. Just
come on.
It was. You got all these great characters in classic literature, and you're gonna give me a basic.
Got fucking Sean Connery.
Yeah, freaking Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Well done there, though. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Honestly shocked. What was your guess, Xeno?
Van Helsing, the one with
that's right.
Hugh Jackman. So.
Yeah, I was actually kind of flipping a coin on that, but I couldn't. I don't think I've actually seen that, but it didn't feel right to that. That one feels so much more serious, and the humor was there, and I'm like, that's so.
Because I thought to myself, oh no, that's clearly not like 1900s. But then there's the bit with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde at the beginning, which is just like, oh, could it be? So, no, well done.
Wait, do they both have Dr. Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah.
In them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was roughly on top. I'm not sure when Jekyll and Hyde is set, though. Is that actually 1900s?
I don't know.
I believe so.
I would have thought like 1800s or something.
It's Victorian England.
1886?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sort of. It's quite close to 1900s, I guess.
Yep.
So it fits it. Because it's a pre-war bit.
Cool. Right, so that's it for this episode. Paul, thank you very much for coming on. If you enjoy this episode and you've gotten this far, my God, please consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, and leaving plenty of comments telling me I'm perfectly right. Thank you so much, Awesome Todd, for telling me earlier. I did not hear anything otherwise. Right, so...
That's what you translate. That's what the translation circuits worked it out as, yes?
Yep, exactly. You know, putting all that computing power in my brain. Good work. Right, so that's it for this episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you very much, Drunk Paul. And we shall see you all next week. Where's the off button? That one.
I'm going to go test my mug in a sec, because it wasn't quite 2 litres, and now I'm going to get a measuring jug to see if it is 2 litres. I'll be very disappointed. I will complain if it is not.
Are you going to send it back if it's not 2 litres?
No.
Did you finish everything in it?
There's a little bit left in it, but I don't know.